Shalom, shalom. This is Kapalia, a.k.a. Pops, out of GMS Chicago, with a brief sit-down. Before I get started, though, like always, I want to send all praises, honor, and glory out to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakwadash, to the apostles and elders of GMS out of New York, the elder bishops out of Connecticut. I want to send double honors because they do rule well. For the brethren around the world, push this truth uncut, unfiltered, to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly of the scriptures, correctly breaking down the prophecies and the interaction with the people on the planet. A hearty shalom for the hopeful elect. Hope this is a edifying sit down, a brief encounter. Okay, just keeping people in the loop, and for new people that might be listening, that maybe this could be the these couple scriptures I bring out might be the light that goes off and wake you up the way it woke me up. So anyway, as you see, it says dark and insidious. Privacy concerns over care stammers, digital IDs. Okay. And these digital IDs and the infrastructure that they setting up for it and all this other kind of stuff eventually leads to the mark of the MOTB. Okay. The Charagma. And you can't get around it. It's what's going to happen. It's what's meant to happen. And be that way. So with that being the case, I'm let this play, put a couple scriptures to it, and call it a day.
Who knows a lot about this is Alan Miller. Alan, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me here, Samara.
I mean, what do you make of this? This is much more dark and insidious than I originally thought.
I think the thing is that it's been a plan for Tony Blair and the Tony Blair Institute for a long time to have national ID cards. They were kicked out in 2011, and every single issue that comes up, it seems that the solution is digital ID. He was a massive proponent of punishing people enormously for, if they didn't want to go along with the idea of that.
Now, you can listen to the people in here, the British accent and things of this nature. And as everybody should know, if you took any kind of history, basically, United States has succeeded from Great Britain, which the scriptures, say that a mother shall be ashamed, and this, that, and other, talking about Great Britain being ashamed of America because of things that she had did, succeeding from her, and these types of things. But in the process of, it's no coincidence that while, you got the digital ID being pushed over there, it's also being pushed over here. This is all about technology having caught up to Revelation 13 and 16. So now that they've got their supercomputers and things of this nature, which I think I did a sit down a while back on that, where Elon Musk was building these, I call it a hot box. Basically, he was, setting up these supercomputer processors and things like that burned a lot of energy and was doing a lot of discharging of waste and things of this nature in the surrounding area, and those surrounding areas wind up being where low-income people, basically Jakes, wind up living, and this, that, and the other, temporary power sources that put out tremendous amounts of power in cases of emergency. But these wasn't emergency generating scenarios. It was actually being set up to run these supercomputers, which are still up now, is still going now. So, but all this, I say all this to say that, the environment, this man has weaponized everything in the environment and everything else, hell and high water. As far as this man's concerned, he want to get this system up and running And he doesn't care what gets contaminated and what uh, 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 environmental hazards it creates in the process of. So with that, like I said, but there's no coincidence that this thing is happening, and it seems to be a worldwide push on it. So I'm gonna let them go and speak some more on this.
Passports. He's been lobbying for it internationally, but we've seen that there's an infrastructure that's been put in place. There's a one login system which has had whistleblowers and is very leaky and porous. It's a big security threat with potential data breaches and a hacker's delight. That's on one side of things. On top of that sits the government UK digital wallet, which they want to rebrand as a brick card. It sounds.
See, they call it a brick card, but like I said, all this information and this, that, and other that can be hacked and this, that, and other. So that's what's going to make them have to, as they say, make it mandatory and place it inside you eventually, because that's the prophecy. That's the prophecy of the MOTB. So let me let it play some more.
Oh, cool, right? Cool, Britannia, like all that stuff we heard in the 90s and the noughties. But actually, what this really represents is a situation where it's a paper-please society. It's for every area of our life now, we're told this is what's
a paperless society, okay? Which is the same thing that they push in here in America. And they're going to name off some other countries that are being, I won't say necessarily dragged along, but as they say, you gotta go along to get along, per se. If you so.
Going to be required, and the fact that in 2021 they're already doing it in parts of the world, places like Bosnia Herzegovina, also in Georgia. We also did a small report on it being rolled out in Ukraine, and in Ukraine there's a couple of joint investments, one of them for several million, one of them for 150 million with USAID. We all know about that because of Doge and Elon Musk. But
see, there it is, and that's the counterparts that's going on here in America. So I'm saying, so they pushing this, and this is a worldwide thing because, like I said, it's a prophecy, and it's going to be just that. It's going to have to be worldwide, and everybody's going to have to do it because of that, because the prophecy has to be fulfilled. The Lord said, shall not come back void, that word. So he said that this is a prophecy that's going to be spread to the whole entire world, and everybody's going to have to make that choice. And in that choice, you're going to pick whatever side you actually standing on. And, there's a lot of complicated measures and all these other kinds of things that can be brought into it. Or, like I said, keep it, as the scripture says, the simplicity of the scriptures. You can keep it real, real simple. And real, real simple is, do you understand, first of all, who salvation is for? It's for the elect. And with that being the case, what you'll be willing to go through and even die for is the process of. Okay. Now, like I said, when this really jumps off, there's going to be a standard that's going to be lifted, and some men are not going to have to die in the process of and be ordained with those powers. And then there's going to be some that's going to be martyred. Scriptures bear that out too. So, and nobody knows, as part of the hopeful elect, which way is going to play out for them personally. Okay, what they do is you prepare your mind for the worst and hope for the best, and just muddle through it and pay attention to the things that are going on around you in the process of, as far as these scriptures and how they playing themselves out.
Yes.
Investment there in infrastructure with DIA, where you've had a situation where they were weaponizing all of that around vaccine passports and imposing measures on citizens. And so what we're saying at the Together Declaration, and we'd love your listeners and viewers to get involved, is that we have a number of things people can do. They're pushing 8 million directors, trying to force them onto digital ID. And we've got a open letter and a petition that people can sign, but also to contact councillors, MPs, the Department of Business and
See, and this is man trying to call itself trying to fight against it, but in actuality, the higher ups, you know, the Rothschilds, the Oppenheimers, the Bilderbergs, the DuPonts, and the Gettys, you know, the Rothschilds being at the head of the food chain on this thing. This is them wanting to be like God, you know, and control everybody, and knowing that the only way they really gonna be able to do that is through the I can't even say the money network, because the money is going to be obsoleted. It's just the buy and sell network, and you being able to get your essentials and the things that you need, even food, just to be able to survive. So they're basically gonna make you pick your survival, and if you can or if you can't, and this, that, and other. But the elect is going to lean upon Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, you know, leaning upon Yahweh Shai, because no man can get to Yahweh but through your son, Yahweh Shai.
Trade, the Institute of Directors, and to push back with events, leafleting in local areas, protests and rallies, and across the board, push back and say that the British public do not need this and don't want it. Same with our veterans, 1.8 million of them. We're doing a similar thing, getting veterans who saying, you know, we fought for liberty and privacy and freedom. We don't want this. And with our kids, of course, because the Children Wellbeing Schools Bill has got something integrated within it that will mean all our children will be given a unique digital ID. And what we're saying is that none of this was in a...
Okay, so let me go on and get this scripture. Okay. Let me go on and get this scripture now. Okay, because, you know, this isn't even here in America. But you can see that it's worldwide. You can see all the countries that they named off. And the scripture basically tells you what it's going to be in the first place. Let me see. Okay. I want this, but I'm going to go here. Go here. Go here. Okay. Okay. I'm going to start at 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Okay, so this beast system, okay, because this beast system is a system that's in place, because the earth, pursuant to Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So this beast system, being able to interact in it, you know, the immorality that's in it and everything else that goes along with it, is all part of the system. All this system is a complete 180-degree turn from what Yahweh and Yahweh Shai ordained to be righteous and good. Okay, it's a 180-degree turn from it, the complete opposite of it. And, the imagery, you know, uh, uh, the imagery starting with, the 1400s and the depiction of who the Yahweh Shai, who the world English called Jesus, being changed into that of a pale male, okay, with stringy hair and the whole deal, and reddish pinkish flesh, okay, where the scriptures actually describe him as a man of color, with a white woolly afro and skin dark as if it's been burned in a furnace, okay. Verse 16, he calls us all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay, so now let's not get that. I'm going to keep reading it. Okay, so that's to get this mark, this MOTB, okay, in that thing. So let's actually get this mark. Let's go and look into this word mark. 13 to 16, all, both small and great, rich and poor, okay, free and bond, to receive a mark, okay, is charagma, a stamp, an imprinted mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. Like I said, it isn't one, it's many. The scripture bears that out and says there's many Antichrists. Okay, but this is the thing called sculpted graven work. Okay, so root word etymology the same as 5482. Let's go there. Okay, Karax, a pale or stake. Okay, palisade rampart. Okay, so you see a pale or stake. So they staking a claim to you. They claim it. They're gonna be looking to claim you as being your owner. Okay, that they own you, that you belong to them. Okay, so that's what this is all about. Okay, down here, to sharpen to a point, a key through the idea of scratching a stake, i.e. implication. Right. Okay, I'm down here at the bottom. Through the idea of to sharpen, let me light that up a little bit. To sharpen to a point. Okay, so what you do with that? You pierce the skin with it. Okay, so that's what they're looking to do. All right. So let me go back. Okay, in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay, and if you go, let me see if you go back. Let me see if it's gonna let me. Okay. That no man might buy, or verse 17, that no man might buy or sell save he that have the MOTB or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here's wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. 600, number 603 score, which 3 score, 20 is a score, so 3 of those make it 6. And 6, so basically 666. Let's go one more. 14. Okay, so this is 14. I want to see 9 because you say they write the right hand on the forehead. But now let's go here. 14 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, receive his charagma in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink. See, it didn't say right. It said in his hand or in his forehead. Okay. There's say right or left, so it's going to probably wind up being, it's going to be a predominant hand. So if you're left-handed, that's the hand that you used to doing most things with. That's the hand that you're gonna be comfortable with. So it's gonna put it in that hand. Okay. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and the presence of the Lamb. So the elect and Yahweh Shai is going to witness this. Okay? Going to witness this. So, because the elect is not going to accept this. The elect is not going to accept this. Either they're going to be transitioned and be out of it, or they're going to go into death dealing with it. They're not going to accept this. Period. And that's the simplicity of it. The elect, it will not be fooled into going this route. Okay, they'll choose death first. The same way the Maccabean brothers, I should say, in the Maccabees, how the 6 brothers and the mother chose it, how the old man chose to die. There are going to be people that's going to choose to perish before they accept that, before they'll take that. Because they're going to know that if they do that, they'll turn their back on their power, and they don't, excuse me, and they don't trust the living power, even though he's already set the example that death doesn't have the sting through Yahweh Shai. To be put to death and be raised back up. Okay, where's thy sting, O death? So we understand that, and then understanding that, you're not going to take it. Okay. Verse 11, and the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth his charagma of his name. Here's the 12. Here's the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yahweh and the faith of Yahweh Shai. Okay? So it's going to take faith to be able to walk into this and deal. Okay? And trust whatever the Lord is going to pertain for you, because he says he's not going to put more on you than you can bear. So that's it. So let me get another scripture for this, because that's what this is all about. This is about going into that and dealing with that. Let's see. Let me go. I want to go to, what's that? Isaiah 36. No, not Lamentations. Isaiah 36 is 6. Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh king of Egypt to all that trust in him. So this is, look how far back this is. This is Isaiah. Isaiah was talking about this MOTB. Okay, so this has been something that's been known in the scriptures all this time. Okay, but now with having the supercomputers to be able to track everybody all at the same time, then this man has now just gotten the technology or whatever in place and up and running and putting the system in place to be able to pull this off. Okay, they're going to start it as a digital ID. Here in America, they was calling it a real ID and all these things. And it's a federal thing. The real ID is a federal. It's not like your state ID card or your state driver's license. It's a federal card to track you. Okay? And this is what this is about. Okay? And it's eventually going to go to that. Okay? And everybody's going to have that choice to have to deal with. Okay, so choose wisely. So I believe it there with that. Like I said, because it's the simplicity of it. I mean, I could pound 100 scriptures into the mix of this, and this, that, and the other. But the simplicity of it is about this MOTB that's coming down the pipe, the choices that's going to be made, okay, your integrity and standing firm on it, and being willing to go into death if required. Okay? So with that, I hope that that's edifying to just know what it is that you're going to have to do or what you got to prepare your mind to give as a counter cost. I'm going to put that scripture in it and call it a day. Count the cost. For which of you intended to build a tower sitteth not down first and count the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it. These happily after ye have laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold began to mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish. Okay? You got to finish this unto death. And the people that do this, that death isn't going to be in vain. Okay, he says, because if you did this and you pushed this word and kept the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability and trusted in Yahweh and Yahweh Shai and these types of things, even into death, your works shall be with you. Okay? He that's willing to lose his life shall find it. And he that shall call himself trying to find his life or trying to hold on to his life shall lose it. You this life was given and it belongs to Yahweh Shai to begin with. So when that time comes, lay it down. So I hope that that's edifying to understand that. I want to send all praises, honor, and glory out to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Krabakatah. Again, to the apostles and elders of GMS out of New York, Elder Bishop out of Connecticut. Double honors. Hopefully, a hearty shalom. Rest of the world, a Bible ball.